Huh? Trying to draw like a flow chart of like a mental map of what happened in those 5 days.
So, a lot has happened. You know what I mean? We got her brother. We got her moto. We got the police. We got the police called on her. We got her ex. And we got her involved in a robbery.
There was a robbery.
What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que mi gente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and this beautiful lady of mine, Laugh. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for You, living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And this little lady right here, that's sitting over there giggling, Miss Pro for You.
Saludos. Hello. I'm in a great mood today.
She sure is.
I'm excited about this video.
She is so excited that we forgot to tell y'all that we hope you ready, that you passport ready, a passport getting ready. Yeah. So, we excited about this video, right?
Indeed.
I'm telling you, this video is going to be a little different from what we usually do. Today, we're going to break down a few clips, and these video clips we're going to break down, they represent all the beginning stages of when you meet that young lady overseas that you really like. Mm-hmm. These are all the stages that, find yourself in that relationship.
Long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm. Or not.
Right.
The whole thing about this video is, throughout, we may ask you, what will you do? Mm-hmm. Because it's real. This is one of the most realistic clips that we've seen. And we're like, okay, we got to give this to y'all and break this down and see how you feel about it. Because this clip has everything that, you find yourself in some situations. You might see a few red flags. You might not.
We've had some really good conversations about this one.
But yeah, we're about to bring it to you. Hope you enjoy.
My girlfriend's name is Trisha. She's 25 years old and she's from Madagascar. When I first saw her pictures, I just thought she was so adorable with her curly hair and her big smile.
Okay, let's get this party started. So here's our couple. He's 52. She's 25. A fit, energetic man. And she's an attractive, bubbly young lady.
Yeah, they're a nice looking couple. She is from Madagascar and he is from California. And you could tell that he's super happy with what he's found.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you see that he said he likes her big smile. So that's what they're calling those these days. Oh. I mean, we gonna speak the lingo. I mean, I had some nice smiles on mine too. Face had some nice cheeks too. But he liked what he had. So I
want to add to that, but it's just very difficult right now.
I liked your cheeks. Those some cute little cheeks you had.
Hey, I have a funny story. One time when we're in love, right? This is the beginning of a relationship, and we went to the pool. And we're in the pool and it's super sunny. And I go to him, oh, mi amor, do you think you can put some lotion on my shoulders because the sun is really hot? And no, I said to him, could you put some lotion on my back?
Some sunscreen.
Because the sun is really, some sunscreen because the sun is really hot. And he just looked at me and he put the sunscreen on the thing and he just put the sunscreen all over the. And I was like, mi amor, what are you doing back there? And he was like, you told me to put lotion on your back. I go, my back.
Look at my complexion. I don't know what to do with sunscreen.
No idea what I was talking about. No idea what I was talking in front of everybody. He's like, come on, what are you doing back there?
I don't know.
Trish was sending me many, many messages and we were getting closer and closer day by day. And I could see visions of us holding hands.
As you can see, they've been communicating via text. Like we tell you, video chat. He didn't waste no time sitting around just texting. He got that video chat. He got to see what was going on. This is the natural progression. And as things began to unfold, you know, he booked his trip. Just like we all do. He booked that trip. He was ready to see, you know, he'd been seeing that thing on video, checking out that smile, those smiles. And, you know, he booked his trip.
This is a lovely phase in the relationship where you see everything is all like rosy and sweet and loving. And look at the smile on his face. Oh, I'm so happy for them. It's just a wonderful phase to be in.
Yep. As you know, like I said, they've been looking at each other, been sizing each other up via video chat. You know, it's that time. Feelings have entered the chat.
You know, I've been having these dreams for the last few years, and the vision that I'm seeing is exactly like Trish.
So now, you may not have noticed it, but we reached, you know, the new, you know, not one of these big levels, but, you know, we reached a new level.
Okay.
Can you guess what it is? I mean, you know, he said the same thing twice. You know, he's been dreaming about this now. Now he's having dreams. But what's the difference? Can you figure out what the difference is? Beautiful lady of mine, you know what the difference is?
Yes. This time, he told his family. It's not just an idea anymore. It's not just something that they have that's private. Now he spoke about it to people. Now it's a reality. Now it's a situation. Now everybody's like, oh, okay. And they're going to start asking questions and you're going to start responding. And now it's a situation.
It's a situation. Now, we don't know exactly how much time has passed.
No.
But we do know he hasn't gone to see her yet. But he's already professing, you know, his feelings to the round table.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The family is involved. They are involved.
I mean, so far so good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what do you guys think? Is there anything wrong with that yet? You know, I mean, you know, he want to tell his family, you know, he's let them know how he feels about it. You know, he's been having dreams. Fellas, y'all be having them dreams?
So that's it? You're convinced she's the one you want to marry?
I mean, I was, but a few weeks ago, she's done some things that's kind of made me question it.
Oh. We got questions?
So in the words of my brother right there,
there are questions.
I mean, but, you know, she asked him, you know, Mom's asked him how he felt about it. And, you know, he said, you know, he was convinced, you know, that he wanted to marry her. But now, now to be fair, I mean, you know, he hadn't popped the question or anything, you know, but it was on his mind. What do you think about that, beautiful lady of mine?
Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting how he's already at a phase where there's like doubt, but then there's not doubt, but then there's like this enamored phase, and the family knows, and that's
already the highs and the lows.
Yeah, that's a lot going on. I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster.
Brought it to the family, then took it back away from the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gave it a last name, then, you know, took it back. But I mean, you know, things are happening. This is how, you know, you have that when you get in that perfect mode. The only thing that can happen after that is imperfect mode.
Oh, what happened?
Let's see what happened.
It was about 5 days where I didn't hear from her. She wasn't calling and barely texting. She would give me like one word replies.
Houston, we have a problem. So it looks like she done hit him with the Madagascar Houdini disappearing act. So, you know, I mean, how many times have we talked about, you know, when these things happen? I mean, before he said, you know, they were talking every day and everything was flowing, you know, he was thinking about that next level. Then all of a sudden, skirt, and he can't find her. You know, he riding around with his high beams on, you know what I'm saying? He can't get a look. He don't know where she is 5 days is a long time. You know, what do you think you're going through in those? For the first day, you know, you're wondering, right?
And now you get one word. I mean, you don't even get 2 word responses. Now it's a 1 word. Man, what is a skirt? I hear that all the time. And then you just said skirt. And I was like, what is a skirt?
Well, there's the skirt, and then there's the skirt. You know, one is stepping on the gas, one is slamming on the brakes. You know what I'm saying? So his was a slam on the brakes because it was rolling. He said, skirt. It came to a complete stop.
Okay.
Yeah. He's looking for what the heck is going on. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
I mean, you know.
It was a skirt.
You know, your little pretty little thing, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you know, you got to put out a Madagascarian, you know, search party or something. You know, you trying to look up her mama's name on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the heck is going on.
You're trying to find out where the other words are. Now that you're only getting 1 word, where are the rest of the words that you used to get?
Man, he was probably
What
leaving paragraphs and then she hit him with a word like later. But, you know, we got to ask you this. So, is this a deal breaker? Or is this a red flag? Red flag or a deal breaker? What's that to you?
I mean, that's pretty interesting. I guess that depends on what your expectations for the relationship are, eh? Like everybody goes into a relationship with an idea. Does the idea that you had in mind, and obviously you should have communicated that with her, right? Does that go against what's happening? Or did you just have that idea and you didn't communicate it with her and she's going somewhere else and it's a lack of communication? Or there's a lot of questions there.
That's like, too much thinking to do when you on cloud 9. You see what I'm saying? He's on cloud. He don't know what he wasn't thinking about nothing, but you know.
He's on a cloud and she's on a skirt.
She's just scared. So here's another thing I wanted to ask you fellas, because she is 25. So is a red flag for a 25-year-old the same as a red flag for a 35 or 40-year-old?
That is a good question.
Because, you know, there's a possibility that, you know, the 25-year-old, we won't say she doesn't know any better, but we do know the 40-year-old knows better.
Well, life experience, no?
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes
knows
sense.
the importance, know what you're doing, but I'm just saying, you know, it's 5 days. Woo, 25 or 45, you know, what's going on, huh?
So what happened?
Let's see what happened.
Oh.
When she did eventually start talking to me, she had like some excuse that her brother wrecked her motorcycle and she was dealing with the police. At the same time, the police was called on her because her ex-boyfriend had accused her of robbing his family's house.
Trying to draw like a flow chart of like a mental map of what happened in those 5 days.
So, you know, a lot has happened. You know what I mean? We got her brother, we got her moto, we got the police, we got the police called on her, we got her ex. And we got her involved in a robbery.
There was a robbery.
I mean, you know, what can you do with those pieces, beautiful lady of mine?
I'm an optimist.
With your flow chart.
No, I'm an optimist. I would like to give her the benefit of the doubt. It's possible that her and her brother committed a robbery. There was a police chase after the robbery in the ex-boyfriend's house, and they were incarcerated for 5 days. And in Madagascar, they allow you your cell phone for like a second, so she was able to respond with just 1 word while she was incarcerated.
Because in the Madagascarian police, they don't play that. You got 1 word. You know how in States you get 2 calls, there you get 1 word.
1 word. That's what happened. Yes. That is fascinating. But let's not apparently she cleared her name.
She did clear her name.
Cleared her name.
Because apparently it was a misunderstanding.
Yes.
You know?
It wasn't a robbery. It was a high-speed misunderstanding.
A high-speed misunderstanding.
That ended in a car crash. No, a motor crash.
A motor crash, and, you know, his family, and that you robbed him and all that. You didn't really rob him, you know, per se. You know, they just thought you robbed him.
3 + 5.
Yeah, they just thought you robbed him. You know, she cleared her name. See, now, I would ask you fellas, what will you do? Because we've talked about this several times, about picking your type. You know what I mean? You know, she may have a little hood in my, you know, she may be from West Side Madagascar. We don't know. It sounds like it to me.
I mean, you know, armed robbery.
You know, just a little, you know, that's just a little misunderstanding.
She's a bad girl.
Yeah.
She's just, you know, a thief and a criminal.
It was a misunderstanding, you know, just a
she
little.
She cleared her name.
Yeah, the robbery, the high-speed chase, the crash on the moto that she committed with her brother.
Listen. If she was going through all of that and she used her one-word text to text you, that's love.
We got love. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Shout out to the supporters of the channel.
Shout out to the supporters.
Woo, they keep us rolling.
So much. Thank
yes,
you.
indeed. Our first supporter.
Who's that?
Hercules from Philly.
Hey, señor,
Hercules. Yeah.
Gracias, señor.
Thank you for supporting the channel. We love you. We appreciate you. LPP fam.
Who else we got?
Our next supporter of the channel, K John. K Jizzle. Hey. We love you. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. LPP fam. Last but not least. Ooh, we got the OG supporter of the channel.
OG supporter, who is that?
International Quiet Storm.
Quiet Storm International.
Yes. Hey, brother, we love you. We thank you. LPP OG fam. We got love. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Back to the video. So, you know, if you into that, you know, West Side, you know what I mean? Where they from again?
Madagascar.
If you into that West Side Madagascar, ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? You ain't tripping too much. You're like, oh yeah, I get it. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You may be able to relate. You know, you may have a few, you know, misunderstanding robberies. You know what I'm saying? A little few misunderstanding high-speed chases, especially from Cali. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
high-speed chases be happening accidentally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
think the only gap in communication here is that in Madagascar, they only allow you to do the one-word text thing, and maybe he didn't understand that was a privilege, and she was using her privilege to speak to him, which is actually flattering.
It is.
You know?
She kept in touch with me.
She did. I mean, if I'm incarcerated, I would text you one word. I would use my one word text for you.
Yeah, she used it for him. She could have used that one word for anybody.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. So, again, fellas, what would you do in this situation? You know, we've talked about red flags. We've talked about deal breakers.
She said the whole thing was a misunderstanding and that she cleared her name, but still something doesn't seem right.
But you know, something doesn't seem right.
I love you more than you can know. I'll tell you it more. Okay?
I'm really excited that Rick is here. I waited this moment, so finally it's there. So that's why it's like dream come true. I feel already the chemistry is there between us. Yes.
Yes. So he caught that flight. I mean, you know, I ain't mad at him. That's the progression of things, you know. But you may have seen some things that may have made you say, huh, or made you, or maybe you didn't notice anything. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Look, he's seeing this thing through.
Indeed.
He already bought the ticket, you know what I'm saying? And let's go. But here's the thing. Maybe you didn't notice this, but Rick is talking love. She's talking excitement and chemistry.
She is.
What happened to the incident?
It's interesting how he's over here and she's just having fun and excited about it. Mm-hmm. Two completely different emotions.
Different phases.
That are in different phases. He is in love and singing R&B songs to a woman in a car, and she is excited and ready to have fun. She didn't even say, "Oh, I love you too." Like, none of that happened.
She's meeting him at the altar in her white dress. They ain't getting no younger. It's time for them to do this.
Let's get married.
I'm just saying, fellas, you know what I'm saying? He's professing his love and everything. I mean, is it too early? Well, if you notice, we talked about this several times about slowing down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When your feelings start getting out of control, slow it down. Be aware. A man is already, talking love. He already told his family, you know what I mean? And you didn't see the part. He already told his kids. Y'all didn't see that part. But, he done forgot about the incident, you know what I'm saying? He's feeling feelings, And here's the thing that I will say, because we're not going to paint her as the villain, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, maybe you like that, you know what I'm saying? That's tickling his fancy. Doesn't look like it, but look, you dudes be, you be some freaky dudes, man. You be liking some things, you know what I'm saying? You ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? Got you a little rough rider.
What I was gonna say was, sometimes when you're so into a relationship and you're so into your emotions and your feelings, all you do is focus on what you feel, and you don't stop to notice how they feel.
Nope.
So because you're so into what you feel, you automatically assume that person is on the same level, feeling the same things that you're feeling, because you're not controlling your emotions and keeping them in check and observing what's going on. So it's quite possible that she's not doing anything wrong. She's just on one level and you're on one level, and you're not really noticing her level, and she's just chilling and having a good time with you.
She's enjoying herself.
Doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She likes you.
Yep.
You're just on two different levels right now, and you're not maybe seeing where she's at.
And here's the thing to defend her, because there's two sides to it.
Sure.
Is it possible that it wasn't real to her until he arrived? You know what I'm saying? Because she's out there. She's in a different world. She's in a different country.
Yeah.
And I mean, she doesn't know his intentions. We don't know if there's other women from Madagascar that have, that talk to foreigners, and they talk, but they don't arrive. They don't come out there. You know what I mean? They say everything. So they kind of just take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Don't even really think about it. Take it lightly when it's the talking phase. And then, when you get there, they're like, okay, it's on. So, regardless of the police chases and the exes and all of that stuff, maybe that was then. You know what I mean? It's possible.
She's left her life of crime behind?
Yeah. But here's the problem. The phases. You still can't get around that. You really want to be in sync. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in this phase and she's in this phase, But here's what it really looks like. And I'm going to be real with y'all. It looks like he's in the 52-year-old phase and she's in the 25-year-old phase. You know what I mean? Because he already singing love songs and stuff, you know what I mean? With his emotions and songs, and to his family, he's professed his love, everything. We ain't heard her say a word about love or being in love or anything.
No R&B has come out of her mouth.
No, she down for the get down. She Chris Breezy, you know what I'm saying? She's breezy, he Jodeci. I like Jodeci, you know what I'm saying? I'm from that, look. I ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing bad about Jodeci, but I'm just saying that he's, it could be that they're missing each other, in phases. And that's why we always say, it never hurts to slow down. It can only help you. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to add to what you just said. You said something very interesting. You said that for her, it might not be real because of, what she's heard. And that's very common here, right? A lot of women they'll go along with a relationship, they'll like you, and they'll build it, and they'll try. But it's not really a thing until you're here and they see that you're serious about them. So that makes a lot of sense. I've heard that a lot. So that's possible.
Yep.
Oh, baby, this traffic is terrible. This is like you only go 1 block per hour.
Yeah.
1 block per hour, boy. Sound like Santo Domingo. Remember back in the day, she tell me what you used to call it, beautiful lady of mine.
Taponazo.
No, yeah, that's too loud. That was advanced.
What did I call it?
She tell me she was jamming.
Oh, I sure did. A traffic jam. I was jamming. Yep, I did.
But here's the thing.
I sure didn't I? You have a great memory on what I did say that.
She jamming. You always tell me she jamming. But here's the difference. We talked about this before. Because of that distance, you could be thinking anything. You know what I'm saying? She'll call me in the jam. Poppy, I'm jamming. And we talk between, red lights, you know what I'm saying? And doing the red lights and knew what time it was. You know what I'm saying? That was, I know the jams. So when she said that and she was talking about it, I know that he probably was like, yeah, we know traffic jams, you know what I'm saying? But why is it taking this long?
Yeah.
I told you it takes 2 hours sometimes to go home because of the traffic, and it just.
I thought you were exaggerating, and it kind of made me question a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you would tell me that you're gonna call me back when you get home, and then I wouldn't hear from you for hours and hours. And then part of that is your fault too, because you don't call me as soon as you get home. You get to cooking and all of that.
I don't want to eat.
I understand that, baby. I mean, I don't get mad, but
yeah, we're mad.
So, like we mentioned, cultures are different.
Yeah.
Countries are different. How things move and traffic is different. So he doesn't know.
No.
You know what I mean? And, there's been little, some previous, some little misunderstandings, you know what I'm saying? That, that got cleared up. But he's like, what's taking this long? You know what I'm saying? So just think, if she's doing this every day is building up on where he's like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but she said 2 hours, then cooking for another, who knows, hour and something, and then eating. And when did she call him?
Yeah.
But again, she can't call him while she's cooking. She called me when she was cooking. So I understand, to get back, you got to cook, cook good. We like when you cook it, you know what I'm saying? We love it, because eventually we going to eat that cooking. It's like, yeah, cook on.
Yeah, I think that goes back to the point that we made about expectations. He has an expectation for the relationship, and she has another one. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, but maybe after 2 hours of being in a traffic jam, you really don't want to talk. You just want to unwind, shower, eat something, relax a little bit. And then when you're calm and relaxed, then, she'll call him and give him the best part of her. Maybe she comes back super, stressed out and stressful and doesn't really want to, and you might not want to be around her when she's like that too. After 2 hours in a traffic jam, I want to relax and, go to the bathroom and shower and, the restroom and eat and stuff like that too. So I guess I understand, but I think that if that's what that was, she could have just told him that.
So she's 25.
Yeah.
In a cab.
Yeah.
So you're not driving in that. I mean, she could have called, you know what I'm saying? But hey, maybe in Madagascar, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a thing to call.
Is it a one-word texting too, the cab?
I mean, that's like extending yourself, be grateful. Yeah. But here's the thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. We're pointing that out, but now he's sitting in the car in traffic. And it does make you think like, okay, you know what I'm saying? maybe I was overreacting, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she didn't make it easier for him to know. That's the thing, that's the thing about these relationships, and especially these long distance relationships, you have to make it easier on each other.
Yeah.
Understanding is what makes everything easier on both of you. You gotta let her understand about what time it is on your end of things. Sure. It's like she has to, let you know and help you to understand what's going on her side of things. But again, he's 52, she's 25. Maybe she doesn't have the maturity level to think about that. And that's why I said, and I asked the question about, do you think red flags are the same for a 25-year-old as they are for a 35-year-old or 40-year-old? Because her level of maturity should be different than their level of maturity, and her ability to understand, well, he could be going through this. He could be thinking this. We don't know. But again, fellas, what would you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been there, you've been thinking all this, and now you sitting in traffic like, okay, so this is what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of thawing out a little bit, huh?
A little bit of a relief, no?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe I don't get mad every time.
All the time, Rick. You don't believe what I said, everything I say.
So, I mean, your reputation or how you've been presenting yourself, she's accusing him of not believing what she says. Well, you know what that means? He doesn't believe what she's saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right or wrong, I mean, it is what it is.
I could see how not making her the bad guy and trying to kind of look at it from both perspectives. I could see how if every time I talk to someone, they're angry at me, it would make me not want to talk to them as much.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see that too.
Yeah, you could. And, here's the thing.
I mean, it's still new.
Right. It is still new. And I mean, is she believable? I mean, is she trustworthy? I mean, should he? Okay, here's the question. Should he have been believing her?
I mean, the story with the car thing, the police thing, and the chase and the jail thing was a 25-year-old story. Okay, like that's the type of story a 25-year-old cocks and thinks that everybody believes them, and everybody's looking at them like, but they believe their story.
Her ex might be 25. You know what I'm saying? 26. So. This is what I'm saying, it's one thing, it's always, they always do that, accuse you don't believe anything I say.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe what you say.
A little complicated there.
Yeah, you haven't been telling the truth. So, there's that. But, again, there's a little space between you, maybe... now she's on board. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now you're on board. Maybe
Maybe now
maybe
it's
you thawing
real. Out. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you thawing out. Maybe now that you guys are sitting together and everything in this traffic, and you finally there, you ain't really tripping like that.
Right.
And here's the thing. You're never really tripping like that. Once you sitting there, you done caught that flight and you there, you know what I'm saying? It's probably hot, you know what I'm saying? And that you feeling that different environment and just like, dang, I'm sure that he's not really, he ain't really tripping like that. But it might still be in the back of his mind, you know what I mean? And maybe because of how she's acting or whatever. But let's see.
You're so jealous.
I understand Trisha's frustrations with my distrust for her, but I've been very suspicious of Trish after the ghosting incident. But right now, I want to put all that aside. All I want to focus on is our bond.
So, I mean, most of the time, you want to see this thing through. You done bought the ticket, you there, and you telling yourself, I'm gonna see this thing through, looking like, let me go on and see this thing through. see how it works out. Cause, you know, I got time for the other thing. I'll ask her about that thing in the morning.
Yeah, he wants to focus on bonding.
Bonding is what he wants to do. He decided that, you know, he's going to take the high road. Mm-hmm. We're going to bond.
And I want him to see, like, there's nothing to be jealous about. I don't want anybody else.
So, you know, ain't never been anything wrong with a little bonding. You know what I mean? Bonding heals the soul. You know what I mean?
They look like they're ready to bond.
I mean, you know, we done a little bonding here and there, right? You know what I'm saying? Get there, be ready to bond. You know, we bond before we even make it back to the city. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bonding area.
So my husband got me a muñeca shot. I am muñeca and this is a shot.
Muñeca.
I am this.
Muñequita. Got a little video. Check out the Cabañas in Santo Domingo.
Oh my God. I can't believe you said that.
My man wants to bond. He wants to let the past go for a minute and take time to bond. He ain't come all this way
to not bond.
You know what I'm saying? This man is a wise man. Why am I gonna dwell on problems? You know, when, you know, we can look past that and bond.
Right.
You know, all that time he's looking at her on the way there and he thinking, you know, why I had to think about all this stuff, man? I'm ready to bond with this here. I'm ready to bond, man. I ain't mad. Fellas, what would you do?
They'd probably bond. They'd probably bond. I think, fellas, am I right? I think I'm answering for you, but I think I'm right.
What would you do? Would you bond? I'm telling you, there's nothing greater than the bond between you. You know what I mean? And my man had the right frame of mind at that time. He rose above it all. And said, you know what? I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, pursue this bond.
She wore bonding outfits that made him forget. They wiped his memory.
Yep.
So he was.
She was prepared for the bonding. She slid on the bonds.
Yes, they had preparation.
Mm-hmm. So again, fellas, anybody any disagreements here? Anybody feel like they ain't want to bond? That they wouldn't have bonded on this trip? Any one of y'all? Because I'm telling you, we got some hardcore bros up in here sometimes. You know what I mean? I want to hear from you. Would you have decided to bond, or would you have decided to, you know, figure out this other thing that was looming?
Would you bond or beef?
Bond or beef. But guess what? This next clip, he gotta be ready to address the serious things now that he done bonded.
Right.
So, you know, he just said, you know, what? Since we bonded, you know, we're just gonna keep this thing going for now. You know, we can address that later. Don't keep bothering me about that right now.
Oh.
Don't you see what I'm doing right now? But I'm gonna tell you something. We have mentioned this in at least, I don't know, 10 videos, maybe 15 videos. that sensory overload. He has been sensory overloaded. He's bonded. Now he's out there in that environment. She putting this dance on him. They playing this music. I don't want to call it, I don't want to say voodoo, but I will say
it's hypnotic.
This cultural music that you have never seen.
It's exotic.
This music, those beats, with Lil Chica, you know what I'm saying, doing these things, and you involved in it, and you don't fall prey to that. I ain't never seen a dude walk away like, nah, I ain't going. You like. She knows she was taking him there. She didn't know she was taking him there.
She knew what she was doing. We're laughing and we're joking, but he's got a really good point. You get to a location and there's all these colors and sounds and smells and bonding and music, and you're on vacation and you're enjoying yourself and she's enjoying you and you're having a great time, and why ruin that with a logical conversation now?
What were they saying in that song? What were those beats doing? Who were they beating to? And what were they saying in that? And when she's doing it, what was going on? You know what I'm saying? They might have been luring, you know, they got that luring him on in. He out there. You know what I mean? Look, ain't no man resisting that. Ain't no man resisting that. You ain't never even seen the movies a man walk away. You know what I'm saying? They just like, you know, every time. It's the whole package. We have said that, haven't we said every time? You get there, you get here, and the sensory overload, I'm not saying it's too much. It is what it is, and you locked in. Everything has went well. You know, everything has went extra well. You know, most of the time you haven't even experienced that, especially if it's your first time there. What you gonna do about that? You know what I'm saying? You gonna say, oh no, I ain't going. Yes, you are. What do I always say? Men greater than you and men lesser than you has succumbed to the sensory overload. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can't blame him for that. You know what I mean? You can't, you know, does she know what she doing? It looks to me like she know what she doing. You know what I'm saying? She done lured him out there. Then she done went out there and, you know, swung her head and hip around with the fro, you know what I'm saying? Twisting around, and, you know, he's like, but look, this is when you start saying, I'm in this, right? That problem is small, right? That was small stuff.
That's what it feels like.
Didn't it look like it's getting smaller and smaller? It feels like it's getting smaller and smaller. But that's what happens in real time. Have you seen any red flags? And if you have, how bright were those red flags? And look, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to answer it as if you sitting back, you know what I mean, looking at this video. If you've been in that situation, you know, in real time, once you get there and once you're experiencing her and the culture and everything is hitting you at once, you ain't thinking about that. You like, I got this, right? What you think about that, beautiful lady of mine?
I think that that's exactly right. I think that you become overwhelmed with so much of everything happening. Just such a great positive experience that you tend to not see things that you would normally see, or address things that you would normally address.
They get smaller.
That happens.
You're not even really thinking of it like that no more, right? It went away. It went away. Or you tell yourself, I mean, it wasn't that bad. You know, I hadn't been out here yet. But did those red flags represent who she is? What kind of chick she is? You know what I mean? And on top of that, he's already ahead of her in the relationship.
Way ahead of her in the relationship.
And that's the norm, right?
We've seen
it happens like that a lot. You know what I'm saying?
That a lot.
And that's what we try to tell you about. That's why one thing that we always say, slow down. He's already professing his love, professing it, all of that. And look, his feelings ain't wrong. He feels how he feels. You know, it's not that they wrong or right or whatever. It just is what it is. But is he handling it correctly? You know what I mean? Is he pumping his brakes, or is he like, skirt? That other skirt. Is he stepping on the gas? Looks like he's stepping on the gas because, the other situation, is a serious thing. You know what I mean? You got the cops involved. You got her ex involved. Let's take everything away and that she didn't talk to you for 5 days because her ex was involved. And so what ends up happening is when we talk about red flags, it's not just for awareness, it's about action too. You know what I mean? And sometimes the action with your mind or the action with your emotions is harder than you think.
They conflict.
Because you're feeling like, all right, I got this. But guess what happens when it ends wrong? All the Madagascar women, are like that, getting high speed chases with their exes and all that. You know what I'm saying? You paying for it, and the exes is, getting her in high speed chases for free.
There are no good women in Madagascar. They are all this type of woman or that type of woman, or they're this, or they don't appreciate, and you can't go. They're all damaged there. And then you go country by country by country, and all your bad experiences equate to all the women on the island or the country being the same way.
She didn't get out. Look, she was who she is. You thought you could handle your feelings. You thought you could handle, the mental side of it on how you dealing with it. You thought you could handle it. You know what I'm saying? But you end up angry when it doesn't go right. But we always say this. We've said this about just women in general when they get with bad men. Like, you ain't see nothing, you saw the signs. You decided to go on the road with it. Well, it's the same thing for us. Same thing for men. You see something, you decide to roll with it because really you believe you can handle it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can't. When you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's rare that you say, okay, I messed up. That's why we hear so much blame on the women, in these other countries now when, it's like, oh, it's all of them, they're like this, or all of them are like that. No, you just had a bad experience with one. You might have had a bad experience with 3. That's a lot.
Out of a couple million?
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your picker is jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But again, you never think about, what am I doing wrong? You think about what they're doing wrong because, you can meet, let's say you meet 10 women. You had opportunity to see, what they were about. You know what I'm saying? Where they fell short. Nobody's perfect, but if she's already giving you excuses about high speed chases and, accidents and accused of robberies, if you ain't built like that.
And how many people are built like that though?
I mean, there's some dudes that's built like that.
For high speed chasing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But a lot of 52-year-olds, even if they used to be like that, they ain't really trying to, go down that road anymore. So there's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you done bonded and you like, I can handle it. Famous last words, I can handle it, but can you handle it without, forgetting about the things that you did see? So, we're not going to take it much further. We just wanted to tell you, we wanted to show you this because this is how things unfold. This is probably the realest video we've seen, as far as the beginning stage is unfolding, where it goes from perfect to imperfect, you know what I'm saying? Then back to perfect.
That quick.
And it happens every time. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. So it may not be that extreme. The details aren't the same, but the way it unfolds is always like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're going too fast instead of slowing down and letting it unfold. Pump your brakes. You know what I'm saying? So we hope you enjoyed this. We asking you, what would you do in this situation? Drop it down in the comment section. Got anything, beautiful lady, in mind?
I would love to hear what you have to say. We asked a lot of questions. I'm interested in hearing. Don't comment on the bonding one. I don't want to know if you don't. I don't want to know.
Fellas, we know you bonded. Yeah, we don't leave that out. Let us know how important the bonding process is for you to move forward. This is purely scientific.
Oh, purely scientific?
Oh. We know bonding phase is important. But you know what else is important? We need you to like and subscribe. Love, purpose, and bonding.
No, I better.
Peace.
Bye.